Greetings, and we're heading straight back into the madness, or rather, the insanity. Last time we left off, we had been fixing some teeny tiny little start of Auogs. And in this episode, we have two things to automate, more or less. We need cages, and we need rails. And we're going to fix this in a couple of ways. First of all, we need treated wood. How can we get treated wood? I believe that's a bit of a horrifying recipe. So, well, luckily we do have actual production of treated wood not too far away. So we will not put it on the actual bus, but we will put it on a little belt. And we could also work on upgrading some of these slow wood forestries we have up there to fast wood forestries. But to do that, it seems like we need some engines. Luckily, we have some engines here. There we go, that's a fast wood forestry. Good, now I think we want to handle some... Or actually, you know what? Considering how easy it is to just make stone, we will be creating a local production of stone. And I just need to get some more copper. Unsurprisingly. No, let's see, I wanted an advanced foundry. There we go. Good, 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 good. So we will have the treated wood. There is some treated wood. Stone, brick, steel. So we need steel and solder here. This recipe is not very fast. And here we need iron stick. So that's iron, titanium and solder. Iron, titanium, steel and solder basically. Iron, titanium, steel and solder. Iron. Solder. Titanium. Where's my titanium? Not much titanium on the belts today. But I do believe that this belt is the titanium belt at least. Considering it's going here and yeah, we're missing titanium. That's just the way it is. And please make the belts go in the right direction. And we're also missing iron, but we have just so happen to have an iron belt here. Oh, look at this, it's titanium. How nice. Oh. This is not intended. I'm going to have to move the Auog production. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So we also need some steel. So steel is here. Now we need more belts. That's just the way it is. We need more belts. Here we have belts. Thank you, belts. So even though we don't have a lot of titanium, at least we have a little bit. Oh look, we have a caged Auog. Now let's see what we should do with that. I believe we can use this recipe. And then we get another Auog and we get the cage back. Awesome! And then suddenly this has a crafting speed of 1.08. Which is still super slow, but at least now it's less than 160 seconds. So let's see here. Rails. We will need the steel plates and solders for this. And that should be quite easy. Let's see. Can we maybe make something like this? No. Am I stupid? Well, we can actually make it like this. That will work. That will work just fine. Moving it a bit to the side. So, rails. Steel, solar, treated wood. Just the stone bricks left. Now the process for making stone is actually a bit annoying, but I think it's easier to set up a separate process up there instead of having to drag it all the way from somewhere else. Oh nice, we already have a foundry. Were we planning on using that for something else? I hope not. What we could use though is a bit of more landfill. Soil. The soil needs to be washed into stone. That's when we get some tailings, naturally. But tailings can just go into a little sinkhole. Where is our copper? Here we have copper. I want copper. Thank you very much, copper. And apparently we're picking up some coke as well. Need an offshore pump to get some water. And then we need the advanced foundry to make the actual smelted stone bricks. Perfect. I'm wondering how fast this will be. We will be making 10 stone over 4 seconds. Ooh. Okay, this is at least quite fast. I guess we'll just have to see how fast this will be. It will probably not be ideal, and we will probably need to scale it sooner or later. No, not a pump. Offshore pump. Thank you. Oh boy, I'm gonna need some more fast inserters here. There we go, and we need to deal with the tar by putting it into a sinkhole. And then we need the stone to go into this foundry. Great, and then we need to take out the stone, not actually putting it in a chest for once, because we want to consume it quite soon. And here we're gonna need a bunch of inserters and stuff. And it seems like we don't have enough copper. As usual. Thank you. How are we doing with the basic simple circuit boards? We'll just steal some. Right. Now let's see. We'll need a fast inserter, we will need a long-handed inserter, we will need... I'm pretty sure there's something that's supposed to be on this belt. Some treated wood. That doesn't seem to be doing alright. Where is our wood? Are we eating all of it up? It just so happens that we are. Okay, but now at least we can make some more fastwood forestries, which we can use to get some wood faster, essentially. There we go. Now all three of them are working, making wood. I'm hoping that this should increase the production of this wood processing unit. Not sure where all of our Sogna bacteria is going at the moment, but hopefully we will not need that more anytime soon. But until then, we'll just use a splitter here to make sure that we're actually getting some wood, because otherwise it is indeed a bit annoying. And then let's just put it into a steel chest. Wood will come over here and will go over here to make treated wood. Perfect. Here, you made this. Great. I think it's time we go down and pick up some more landfill. And when I say down, I might mean to the side, because there might be some iron and limestone. I think I can get some iron. I think we have some production of landfill over to the side here somewhere. And while we are here, we will also finish the seaweed. Right, limestone. I think we have limestone over here. There's the landfill. Nice. That's a lot of landfill actually. And here we have some limestone. So let's make a seaweed crop facility and give it back to that machine. Good. Do we have that over there? Oh well. Now let's see. Landfill. Lots of landfill. Ah, it's okay to put some landfill on our offshore pump. It will continue to do its job. The only issue is that you can't place another offshore pump there, and you can't move the offshore pump. So that's why it might be good to just put some landfill around the offshore pump first, before you put some landfill in over the rest. Great! There's our landfill. Oh, we need more cages, it seems. Maybe this Auog production is actually faster than I expected, but so 2085, 160. 160 divided by 2.085. That's 76 seconds. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's just that we are going to need a whole bunch of these. If you remember in the last episode, we noticed that we need 8 Auog paddocks. Oh look, we have rails! Awesome! We have rails. Now the only issue is that we don't really have any space in our existing base to put down any rails. But I'm going to pick this up and just sort of prepare a marking at some areas, because this is our starting position. So if or when I die, I would like to easily get on a train, which is why I would like to have a bit of it over here. And then we can see that we can easily go down. And then we can probably rotate somewhere at some point. Now the issue is of course that going in the other direction might be a bit of an issue. Well, this thing can be moved. So, and this can be fixed. That can be fixed. This one can probably be moved a bit. Here it's starting to become very problematic. But if we just assume that we can fix that as well. Oh boy. Then maybe we can have some here. This belt can mostly be moved without a problem. These belts can be using underground belts and stuff. And here we are, and that's sort of where we want. That's sort of like the end of our current base. Now the question is, what happens if we try to do it? Nope, that's also not very easy. Oh well, either way, that would just be a train to more quickly go up and down in our base, which honestly would be really nice. But of course we do want to expand in other directions as well, by quite a bit. So let's see, how about we focus on getting the Auog production fully automated. So we will need, we can actually put down another Auog paddock. So remember that we need 8 of these in total. For the green science production. So I'm reserving quite a bit of space for these. 3, 4. So the question is, do we want to build them on a row or do we want to put them on top of each other? Let's actually build them on top of each other. Then they can use. It's quite hard to see how big these things are. Okay, good. So we need one belt for inputting stuff. No, actually we need 2 belts for inputting stuff, I believe. Yes, we do, although we could have the biomass on the other side of these things. Or how do we want to do this? Okay, let's actually have one more space there. So then we can have, oh, but that also doesn't work. Or we have the output. Okay, it would be possible to fix it, but no, I don't like this design. I don't like this design at all, so actually we will move these down again. And then we will have 2 input belts here, and then we will have the output belt on the other side. And then we need more belts. Must have more belts and a few more inserters. Where are my belts? Since we're here, we might as well start making some of these rails. Yes, hello, thank you. Yes, I just used this feature. Thank you. Thank you so kindly. Perfect. Except for the fact, of course, that glass is might start to be a bit of a problem. So let's see. How about we use one underground belt like that? We do need to use an underground belt for the trains because there is no such thing as an underground train. At least not without mods, but I do believe I've actually seen a mod or something for that. Perfect. It's going quite smoothly, building these rails after all, mostly. Going to need a bit of underground belt here. Why is there... Don't need to have that many underground belts, do we? Great. Look at this. I just need to get some engine units, it seems. Of course. In order to actually build a locomotive. Yeah, let's do that now. Even though we don't really need the locomotive at this point, it's nice to make it. Just to have had it done. Here, take these optical sets. Great, we are making a locomotive. And now, just to have some fun, I'm going to start off down here. I'm going to need to move this assembling machine later on. Not ideal, but sure. And actually, I don't need this extra setup for more small parts. Not at the moment, at least. So, how about we move some things around over here? Alright, you need iron. So, here, have some iron. Whoops. That's not where you should go. Great. Then we'll use a splitter just like we did before. And here you go, have some electricity. And here you go, have a chest and have 200 belt limit. Perfect. Now it seems like we can move even further down until we reach this part. This might be a bit tricky, but I think I see a solution to this. The solution is simply to move things around a little bit. The duralumin can then continue to go straight ahead while also making a bit of a turning point over here. Perfect. Pipes. Hey, hoo hoo hoo. Okay, we can continue to move this one step further, if that helps us. It actually might. I think we want even... Uh-oh. I have 5. Oh no. The horror. Okay. Thank you. There it is. Good. Then we can move these pipes something like that, and then we can move a bit further with the rails. We need some more underground belts, and here we need a turning belt, a turning belt pipe rail. Thank you. And let's go down a bit more, and then I think we'll encounter the big mess very soon. Yes, I think I know how the Ghost Rail Planner works. And then we will have to deal with this mess another time. Great! Putting down the locomotive. Now there is an achievement for placing down a locomotive in less than 1.5 hours. And we did it in 48 hours plus 14. 48 plus 14, that's 58 plus 4, that's 62 hours. 62 hours and 24 minutes. Awesome. But we are on rails. And now we can move significantly faster from point A to B until we encounter a stop. Although honestly this locomotive was a bit, it felt a bit slow almost. That might be because we are using some low quality fuel or something. Maybe there is better fuel later on. But I'm wondering if there also exists different locomotives. High-tech floating locomotive. 367 in max speed. Acceleration power 800. Okay, so it is definitely faster than this locomotive. It has a bigger weight. No, it has actually a smaller weight, which probably means that it will brake faster. It consumes Nexolite improved fuels. What? It only requires green and red science? Nexolite battery, vehicle acceleration. It has improved vehicle acceleration, it has improved vehicle top speed. Okay, that's interesting. I want these trains. I'm actually even going to add a little to-do of this. Nexolite locomotives. It's gonna take quite a long time, but they look super cool. So I definitely want to get those. But now we're up there, and so then we can turn the train around and just go down and vroom, vroom until we reach there, and then we just turn back up, and I can do this all day long. It feels so great to have trains. Awesome. But that's, oh, we are definitely getting quite a bit of rails, so that's good. But let's continue with the Auogs. And it seems like we are out of cages here again. So let's just move this one around. Move it over here. Then maybe we will have enough Auogs to make a few more of these. Now, of course, we also need to make sure that we get the biomass and the moss over here as well. Where do we want this? Do we want this here? Sure, why not? So let's see. A couple of inserters is what we need. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then also 4 long-handed inserters. Great. So naturally, I will want to have the, well, actually it doesn't really matter because there are two sides of this, but biomass and moss I want here. So please come over here, biomass and moss. Unfortunately, it will have to be only on one belt, because I don't have enough space to have more belts, basically. And please make this go in the right, or rather left direction. Thank you. Then we need to have some inserters to take things out as well. And then we need, you guessed it, electricity. Oop, okay, here we can take some electricity. Good. So that means that this should soon be running, and this one as well. We have 4 caged Auogs. Right. Goes into that machine, of course. Now we can hopefully automate a bit here. What am I missing? I'm missing iron, apparently. I'm missing iron. Here is some iron. Great. Not a lot, apparently, but I'm guessing it might be copper next that's required. Great. Perfect. More electricity. And now we just need cages and water barrels. Cages and water barrels. When it comes to cages, we should have that. Oh right, cages need to go up there. Okay, I think I might want... Nope, let's actually use a splitter. So I will want cage on the left. Then I will want the water barrels coming in from the other direction as well. And then we will get some Auogs here. Perfect. I will need more cages, that's for sure. Iron, titanium, solder, and iron stick especially. Iron, titanium, solder. Actually, it's probably easier to have the wood go underground than everything else. Iron, titanium, solder. More underground belts. Iron, titanium, solder. And of course that ended up being in the middle of everything. And here we can actually share the belts for titanium and solder. Perfect. Then we can move this automized factory. Say goodbye to that water well pump. And say hello to a new water well pump. Automated factory. Water barrel. Fill water barrel. Here you made this. Wait a minute. Okay, the water barrels as well, of course. That means that we will have to use another splitter. And this splitter has to filter on empty barrel. Because empty barrels need to go left. So that they can go into this little big factory. And then we have water barrels. Awesome. So you seem to just be waiting for water barrels. Great, now you're running. We are going to need more barrels here. There are so many barrels in this mod pack. Should be quite easy to fill this up. And then there is the Auogs, of course. Let's just put them in a chest for now. Because those are kind of the magic ingredient that we want to have out of all this. And here we need some more electricity. Unsurprisingly. And then we need some more cables, apparently. So we need more cages and some more biomass, it seems. No, not biomass, we need moss. We do need more moss. Oh, look, we are getting some. Slowly but surely. Okay, let's see. Iron, solder and stuff. Titanium plate, solder, iron stick. Oh, we don't have any copper once again. Well, you know what I will do about that? I will just use my little train, go down a bit, grab some copper and iron, and oops, my train got away. Hello, train. Oh, of course, I can't rotate it, can I? Nope, I'm out of range to rotate it. I might actually want to have a double-sided locomotive. That kind of sounds like an idea actually, and why not just make a cargo wagon here as well, even though I will not really use it yet. Here we have some engines. Please, may I have some engines? How many engines is it I need? 20? 20. 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Oh, and here we have a power pole where there should be rails. Awesome! Now let's see. Inserters. Plenty of inserters. Now I'm actually very happy that this other basic circuit recipe exists, because until we get a sustainable production of that, we will probably be needing to use that quite a few times. 15 iron stick, that calls for a fast inserter. Great! Now the thing with these cages is that we don't want them to completely fill this. So that's why we will use an inserter here. And at the moment it's perfectly okay to fill some up. But we will basically check here if there is anything on this belt. So cage equals 0. That will allow you to be enabled. Oh, and here we go. We have 3 Auogs. So we'll put in some here, and we do need to scale the moss production a bit. Stone and soil. Stone and soil. I think maybe we can fix that from over here. Stone, soil. Stone. How much stone? Is it 100? 100 stone, damn. 94. 103. That's quite a bit actually. But I think that considering how fast this one is, we can just put some in a chest over here. Let's store 500 here. Probably gonna take a while before that will be filled. We are getting trains. We have... Oh, wait. We don't want to actually take them out from that direction. So here, you made this. Then hopefully we can... Nope, why not? Oh, soil. Aug powered generator? Oh boy. Sounds interesting, but I'm not sure. It's not really that we have any problems with power as it is right now, so I don't quite see the point of it. It would be fun to experiment with though. But it's not like we have a shortage of things to do at this point. There we go, there we have another Auog production. How are we doing with these barrels? More barrels, please. Oh, this is when you can tell that it's a slow inserter. Very slow inserter. Cool. So cages are automated. Moss is still a problem. Moss is definitely a problem. Let's check on the moss. Where are we getting the moss from, first of all? We're getting it from over here. And this machine is lacking a bit of carbon dioxide. Interesting. It's lacking carbon dioxide because it's getting the carbon dioxide from a pipe that is not full. Not full at all. Not full at all. That's a consumer. This might be a producer, but it's a very, very, very non-efficient one. Extremely inefficient. But biomass to carbon dioxide, that's a high pressure furnace. We have a high pressure furnace, so let's just say high pressure furnace. And I have just realized what my first death will be from. It will be from trains, definitely. That I can almost assure you of. So where do we have the biomass? Here we have some biomass. So putting this over here, we'll make some carbon dioxide and we will put it back into the pipes. Where do we have some pipes, by the way? I think I have that somewhere around here. Here it is. Let's go grab some pipes. Thank you. And now we can actually start using our other locomotive. Now it will be a bit heavier, so it will take longer time to accelerate and brake. The fastest way to brake is to just hit a wall. That's very effective. Surprisingly, it doesn't deal any damage to the train by doing it that way. So we're going to need to fill this up with more carbon dioxide. Where is it? Oh, how stupid of me. There we go. And we're going to need an inserter or two and some power. Hurrah! This should hopefully help us get some more. Of course, it's using moss to get the... Mumble mumble. It's using moss to get biomass. That's not super optimal. But I think the biggest problem we have here is that we probably need more moss producers. Let's take a closer look at the planner here and realize that we need 29.8 moss. So if we make that from... Do we have other options that are any good? 5 moss from 15 seconds, 15 seconds. It might be worth the trouble if we increase if we have like a dedicated moss area. So let's see, moss. Here we have moss. So we need 3 moss farms in order to satisfy this. So it just needs water and carbon dioxide. And that should be quite easy to fix. What do we have? We can make a more complicated moss farm, or rather we can't because we don't have complex circuit board and advanced small parts. And considering how complicated simple circuit boards are, I'm not sure if I want to know at this point how complex circuit boards are. So let's just grab some iron and some copper to make some simple circuit boards and a basic moss farm. Where is our copper? Here it is. Moss farm, I can make 1, but I need more. I need 50 stone bricks. Sure thing, I can fix that. I believe we have some rails production over here, which probably has some stone for me. There we go. So now we just need a place to have this production at. Holy cow, that's ate up a lot of stuff quickly. I would like some more underground belts, please. We need to have a lot more moss. Because the moss is used, or let's see, let's not block the, how big is the bus? Hopefully maybe the bus will end over here, but I still don't want to block it. Because from now on we will, or from soon on, because we don't quite have it ready just yet, we will try using trains to transport stuff instead. So there's some carbon dioxide pipes. And let's get some carbon dioxide pipes here. Perfect. And then we need some water as well. There we go, that's water. That's okay. We need to kickstart it, of course, with some moss. So now let's hope that this will... Oh, of course, we will need the moss should be inserted over here to this splitter, because it needs to also go into the compost plant. And I think actually I want to prioritize the compost plant right now. There we go. That's 3 moss. That will become 13 biomass. 10 of those biomass will become 300 carbon dioxide. And 300 carbon dioxide is, I think, enough for 3 recipes. Or how much is it? Yes. So it's not super optimal. We don't get a lot of it for each iteration, but we do get some. And the moss that I get here right now, I will just use it to help kickstarting more moss production here. How am I not getting any water there? Okay, that's how. More moss, must have more moss. More moss, because the more moss I have, the more biomass I will get, and the more moss I can get, and the more moss I can get, the more Auogs I can get, and the more Auogs I can get, the more green science we will eventually make. We haven't automated that part of the production chain just yet, but I think maybe we can be able to do that. Let's see first if there is any machine here that needs more Auogs. There is. So here I'm planning on using a splitter. So then this other part should go to production of bone meals. Let's see, how can we get bone meals from caged oaks? We need a slaughterhouse. slaughterhouse. And for that we're going to need a fair amount of stuff. Stone bricks, simple circuit boards, small parts, engine units. Okay. Hopefully that's all the simple circuit boards we need. So engine units. It seems like we do have a bit of an issue with the engine units. Eight. I think I needed 10 or so. We do have some rubber that can become belts. Oh, we need 4 belts to make an engine unit. Damn. Okay, it should be enough now. Give me engine units. Thank you. Slaughterhouse. Let's see, what else do we need? Stone bricks. And small parts, but small parts we can get from this belt. So now it's just the stone bricks left. I'm not sure if we have enough of stone bricks over here. Slaughterhouse. Nope. 7 more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you. So this gets processed to bone meal directly. And it seems like there is enough space for it down here, so sure, why not? Oh, choose your next victim. This was an interesting UI. Auog. There it is. Select recipe. Auogs to bone meal. Wondering why they have made it that direction. It's that UI in that way. But it looks cool, so I guess why not? There we go. Caged. Oh boy. Okay, this is not a good place to have this because we need to recycle the cage. So in that case we would need to make the belts in 2 directions. And that's annoying. So instead we will just make a belt with bone meal. And have the actual bone meal production somewhere over here. Need some more transport belts and some more underground belts. Let's see, where is the belt? There it is. Where do we have soldiers? There we have soldiers. Good. Let's get rid of the soldiers. Nice! Lots of rails. This will definitely help. Whoops. Belt immunity equipment would be nice, but that's gonna take a long while. So hold up here a minute. We need to process these things first. So let's put the slaughterhouse over here. And then let's use the Auogs as the victim and get the bone meal. And we're almost done with all of this. Caged Auogs will become cage and bone meal. Caged Auogs. Oh, of course. Caged Auogs will actually come from over here. So let's see, we will move this a bit so that we have the possibility to split this. There we go. Now the only question is, why isn't this thing running? The answer seems to be that we need more moss. There is some moss on the way. And now actually we can stop exporting, or rather we can use an overflow valve, because I want to prioritize for this production up here. I want to prioritize the local production of moss. That's much more important than exporting it somewhere else. Great. So we are getting cages, we are getting Auogs. Oh boy, it's still pretty slow actually. Or maybe it's just me who is impatient. When you don't pay attention to it, it's much faster, it seems. We need more cages over here. There is some cages over here. Have some cages, have some cages. Have water barrels, water barrels. You can have a water barrel and you'll have a water barrel. And now I have too many water barrels. Here, you made these. And I'm pretty sure you did. Now, will we get an Auog? Will this work? It seems like this slaughterhouse has produced... Uh-oh. Hold up a minute. Bone meal. Bone meal to the left, please. Or maybe actually to the right. That would mean that... Actually... Can we put you over here instead? That way it would be much more reasonable. So then we need to get the cages back into rotation. Which we can get over here. Perfect. Perfect little mess. Beautiful little mess. There we go. Will this work? I think I see some cages coming here. One goes up and one goes here. Perfect. Now this should definitely have a bit of a limit to it. And actually, let's just even use some smart limitation and say that as long as we have less than 20, we can continue this. Okay, so it's slaughtering. It's slaughtering. And we got bone meals and we got a cage. The cage goes up here and it will be put back into rotation. The bone meals are moved. Oops. Okay, let's just finish this belt before the end of the episode. The bone meals will be moved over here. And they will be put on the left side of this belt. And they will become biological samples. And the problem is that we need a whole number of these. We need 10 bone meals for each of that recipe. And that's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. Okay. Nothing is taking you so long. You are actually working. And you're actually almost finished. Great. So in the next episode we will continue to expand the Aug paddocks. That's for sure. We need to have more of these. How many Auogs do we have here in this chest? We do have some. So I will just park here on this Auog. And we're actually, to make me remember it better, I'll just put one to the side and park myself there. Then we know what to do next. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do the YouTube thingies. Add a comment. Let me know what you think of the future trains that we have started preparing. Thanks for watching.